Hi, Assalamualaikum, Salam Sejahtera, and very good afternoon to all of you. I'm recording this in the afternoon, so I am addressing you as afternoon. So today, this is the introduction of this whole subject. Okay, introduction. In this slide or this presentation is cover only what we are going to learn in the following 14 weeks. Okay, all about the energy and power. Okay, all are about energy and power. Okay, let's go to the first slide. Source of different energy power. Okay, this is the conventional way we are producing energy from power grid, of course. Where's the source of the power come from? Hydropower plant, for example, coal ataupun arang batu, natural gases ataupun petroleum power plant, and nuclear power plant. This four of them is actually the conventional way. There's another way to produce energy, which is power generator using engine or spark ignition engine, and the second one is compression engine. These are the conventional energy sources that we always use. The world always use it to produce energy. The second one is non-conventional energy sources, which is came from biofuel, biomass, geothermal, solar, of course wind, tidal, and wave. If we look at it closely on the energy sources from Asia perspective view, look at this. This is all the Asia and the world. The world is at the next. This is the Asia power consumption. Okay, leading by Australia. Of course, they are using oil on 2015 for 47.9 megawatt. They're producing power or electricity using oil for 47.9 megawatt. Right? There's natural gases here and the coal and nuclear energy. Australia not producing any energy from nuclear energy. They are also producing energy or electricity from hydro and of course the renewable. For the total 138.5. If you look at 2016 compared to 2015, Australia reduced the production of energy for 0.5 megawatt. Okay, look at the Malaysia. Okay, look at the Malaysia because we are in the Malaysia. We are using we are using oil to produce 35.5 megawatt power in 2015, and from 2016 we produce around 36.3 megawatt using oil only. Okay, if you look at the natural gases, there's a little bit increasing of watt percentage. And the coal, of course, we are producing electricity using coal ataupun arang batu. And there is no nuclear power plant in Malaysia, no nuclear power plant. So we are producing around 3.5 megawatt from hydroelectricity. It is increased. You can see that in 2016 increased 4.2 megawatt. For the rest of renewable energy, 0.3. Not changing anywhere. Okay, this is what Asia consume energy. If you look at next on the world perspective view of electricity consumption, US is the leading state that use a lot of oil, a lot of natural gases, coal, nuclear energy, hydropower plant, uh, renewable energy, the total up around 2,275.9 megawatt. So no wonder in this world the oil is controlled by the US, because they are consuming a lot of oil to produce energy. Okay, consuming a lot of oil to produce energy or electricity. So where we are compared to the others, we are producing 99.5. This is the recent table that I got from if I'm not mistaken, using TNB. The table is extracted from TNB consensus. Okay, this is 99.5. We are producing on 2016. How about here? We are just above Argentina producing energy. Okay, just above Argentina. Okay, let's go quickly to the non-renewable energy sources using coal, how they works. Okay, this is particularly coal or fossil power plant. They are using arang batu to boil the water, and the water becomes steam, high pressure steam. This is where the coal di convey dalam ni, kemudian dibakar, boiling lah the water become steam. Then the high pressure steam will rotate the steam turbine. The steam turbine is connected to generator, and there is transformer to grid line. Okay, this is how coal fossil power plant works. Okay, from coal they are burning inside the combustion chamber, burning the water, so the water can produce steam, high pressure steam. So the high pressure steam will rotate the steam turbine. So then the steam turbine rotate at a certain RPM, which is the steam turbine itself connected to generator. Then the generator produces an electricity. Okay. This is example of power plant that use coal or fossil as coal or fossil as medium to combust or to boil a steam. Okay, Mohave Power Station in Nevada generate around 1580 megawatt, which is shut down in 2005. Okay, this is in USA, right? And this is in Malaysia, Tanjung Bin Pontian in Johor Bahru. It generate 2,100 megawatt. 2,100 megawatt. This plant is commencement date dia around 2006. Sekarang masih berfungsi lah. Okay, dekat outside negara luar, coal ataupun fossil power plant they start to shut down. They are transmitting from oil rather than coal lah. Ni coal lah ni. Saya nampak macam hitam-hitam ni coal lah ni. Kemudian yang ni dua steam lah, yang steam yang terlepas, yang ni pun sama, steam yang akan terlepas gunakan sini. So sebenarnya we have a natural gas or petrol power plant. This is natural gas petrol power plant. Look at this pipe. This pipe transmitted ataupun the line that use to transfer natural gas or oil to the gas turbine. This is gas turbine engine. So gas turbine will burn and produce some pressure that rotate the gas turbine engine, where gas turbine engine will rotate at certain RPM and connected to the generator, and the generator will produce electricity. So if you tell me how generator produce electricity, you should know already, because you are already past subject electric kan? Yeah, already past the subject of electric, where Dr. Firdaus teach you. So natural gases supply to gas turbine akan rotate at certain RPM and produce heat. Of course, the engine will produce heat, and the rotation will rotate the generator, and the generator will produce energy or electricity. From the heat itself, it reuse again. Okay, so this is actually the power plant, the hybrid power plant, which is used steam turbine and gas turbine. For natural gases, it is only here, parat sini saja. When natural gases supply oil to the gas turbine rotate generator produce electricity. This is natural gases ataupun natural gas or petroleum power plant. This is how power plant work. But this is hybrid. This powerful power plant, this is hybrid power plant, where the waste of the heat produced by gas turbine, reuse it again to boil the water here. When the water is boiled, it produces steam, and steam will rotate the steam turbine. While the steam turbine is rotated, it also rotated the generator. Okay, when the generator is rotated at certain RPM and produce electricity. Okay, this is actually the whole hybrid power plant, not a natural or petroleum power plant. Okay, if you say about natural gas power plant, it is only up to here. If you talk about hybrid, it is combination between steam and gas turbine inside one power plant. Okay, this is example of what we have in Malaysia, petroleum power plant ataupun natural gas power plant. It is in Perai. It generate around 350 megawatt. Start operate at 2003. Okay, so we have learned about. First, let me go back. This is coal, this is natural, and this is nuclear power plant. Yes, a nuclear power plant we don't have in Malaysia, but it is actually safe for environment, of course. The working principle is almost same. Why we call it as a nuclear? Because we are using a material from nuclear. For example, here we are using uranium. Uranium is a nuclear material which is producing a lot of heat. For a certain amount of uranium material, it can produce a lot of heat for a longer time period. Okay, from that heat we can boil this. We can boil the water. From the water, after the water is boiled, it produces steam. So the steam will rotate here, the steam turbine. Then after a certain amount of RPM, generator will also rotate it. Then the generator will create electricity. So if you travel anywhere where the state or the country has a neutral power plant, you can see this cooling tower, the big cooling tower. big cooling tower. Sorry, this the big cooling tower on the screen. Let me have a look. Cooling tower. Actually, the cooling tower is only releasing the vapor safely to environment. Releasing the vapor safely into the environment. This is not the nuclear power plant, but this is the nuclear, whereas the reactor vessel. This thick concrete and the yellow is really thick. Okay. This is example of natural power plant. Nuclear power plant. Next. Fukushima 1 in Japan, Daiichi, generating 4.7 gigawatt. Can you imagine that? This is only small scale of nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant compared to Tanjung Bin power plant. This is small scale, but producing 4.7 gigawatt. Okay, so that's why some country tend to go for nuclear power plant, because it saves space and the energy produced by uranium, for example, it can last long for 30 years, 40 to 100 years. Okay, rather than using oil or coal, which is you have to buy from other country, right? Okay, this is normal, conventional, how to produce energy, and this is not conventional, but they are using a conventional way. This is geothermal power plant, where they are using the thermal from earth to boil the steam, to boil the water. Then the water becomes steam, high pressure steam. High pressure steam will rotate the steam turbine. Then the steam turbine will rotate the generator, and of course generator will produce energy. If you see there is cooling tower also. It is only to release a vapor. In the safely way to environment. So the cooling tower hanya release vapor ke environment dalam keadaan tidak mengancam environment lah. Okay. This is renewable energy. And next we have a hydroelectric power plant. Of course, hydroelectric power plant in Malaysia, we have a lot of hydroelectric power plant. If I am not mistaken, we have 22 power plant that based on hydroelectric. Okay, there's dam here. At the back of the dam, reservoir, a lot of water there, and we also have a gate, control gate, and the penstock here, and also the turbine. The turbine will connect directly to the generator here. Then the generator connect to transformer, and the transformer will transfer all the electricity to the grid. Okay. When the control gate is open, then the water will flow through penstock and rotate the turbine. After the turbine is rotated at 10 RPM, generator will also rotate it and produce electricity. This is how hydroelectric power plant works. Okay, there must be elevated water atau elevated stream dekat belakang dam, selalunya lagi tinggi lah kan. So bila ada water lagi tinggi, dia akan pergi ke kawasan yang lagi rendah. So this is how hydroelectric power plant work basically. Okay, we will learn this topic. Of course, all other topic yang macam steam turbine, gas turbine kita akan belajar juga. But don't worry, we will go one by one. And this is tidal electricity, ataupun dia nak harvesting electricity from tidal. Okay, this is the cross sectional. This is some human there. This is model lah, ni model je lah. Kalau kita nak tengok yang actual, kita dah tak nampak lah yang actual secara cross section. Okay, this is the core. This apa pula dia nak letak kat sini, mall ke, train ke, MRT ke. Okay, but actually how they work, this macam jambatan lah. Okay, ni macam jambatan menghubungkan antara one place dan to other place. But this is water. You can imagine di sini ada sea lah, macam sea. So ada current yang ataupun wave yang akan masuk, ataupun tidal yang akan masuk ke corong ni yang dibuat ni. So dia akan rotate propeller ni ada generator lah kat sini. So dia akan produce electricity. This is tidal. Ada juga electricity yang di harvest menggunakan wave. Sebagai contoh ni wave. Wave kita hasil daripada laut kan, wave. Okay, ni laut. Di sini kita ada macam, we have some kind of float, dia submerge bawah air. So when the wave is come to the shore, dia akan start to naik ke atas ke bawah, float ni macam balloons ni, kemudian dia akan start rotate juga. Okay, di sinilah dia ada berlakunya pumping. Proses pumping tu ataupun rotating tu, dia akan pressure seawater akan moving lah. Ada turbine yang bergerak. Bila ada pattern turbine, jenis-jenis turbine kita akan belajar, no problem. Turbine tu akan bergerak. Bila turbine bergerak at certain RPM, then akan produce electricity through generator lah. Then the seawater return. This is how they use a wave power to produce energy. So they pump the seawater at certain pressure, then rotated the Pelton turbine. Pelton turbine of course is also big. Then after that, Pelton turbine will rotate the generator, then generator will produce electricity. Of course, they use the seawater to produce a fresh water from desalination plant. Ni ada macam-macam proses lah. So dia akan menggunakan apa saja air ataupun kuasa yang sustainable. Maksudnya wave sentiasa ada kan, dia takkan habis. So dia akan, engineer akan try to produce the energy, harvest energy tu. Ni kita ada wave dekat outside. Don't forget that dekat underwater kita ada wave juga. Okay, this is example of underwater wave ataupun underwater wave that produce that we harvest the underwater wave. We harvest electricity from underwater wave. This. There is another way to produce electricity from wave. This one, next, this one. We call it as attenuator. It's a floating device like the wave flexing as they pass by. Okay, for example, this is your attenuator, and the wave comes from here. So it will move the attenuator like this. Okay. When the attenuator is moving up and down, there is a movement where can rotate some devices that can produce energy or electricity. Okay, this is how the wave or attenuator produce energy from wave. And this is solar. How solar works later on. Ini sangat familiar dengan kita sebab in Perlis you can see a lot of solar farm. A lot of solar farm. And this one, wind turbine, harvest electricity from wind. We use wind turbine to harvest electricity. So this is basically the size of wind turbine. If you ever go to France, Eiffel Tower. You can see this is 306 meter tall. So the biggest wind turbine is even bigger than that. Okay, it's even bigger than that. If you come across to the France Eiffel Tower, you can see that. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. It is a very short introduction of this class. Hopefully that everyone will follow through this class one by one. Anything about the slide, you can ask me. I also uploading this slide to Google Classroom. You can find it there. And the video here, you can watch it again and again through YouTube. Okay, hopefully everyone is good. Thank you again for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.